Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Environmental Social Justice. Today, we have my good friend Diamond Spratling, who is the founder of Girl Plus Environment. It is a 501c3 that is organized to lift the voices of Black and Brown girls and women around the world. So welcome, Diamond.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm very happy to be here to talk with you again.
Of course, yes, this is your second time back, but now is a little different because you brought your board members. Would you mind introducing?
Yes, absolutely. So we have Kiana, Courtney here. I'll go ahead and let her introduce herself. And we also have Amanda Dortch, both of our amazing board members, as well as Wendy is one of our board members as well. So feel
Very happy to be on this.
Kiana, if you want to introduce yourselves.
Hi, all. My name is Kiana Courtney, and I am the secretary on the board of Girl Plus Environment. Really excited to be here. Outside of this, I get to work on a variety of environmental justice or environmental issues and try to really focus all of that through an environmental justice lens. So excited to be here, and I'll pass it to Amanda.
Yeah, thanks. I'm so excited to be here. This is my first ever podcast, so I'm very excited. My name is Amanda Dortch. I am from Detroit, Michigan. I am the treasurer of Girl Plus Environment. I'm very honored to serve on this board. Outside of the board, I am coming over from corporate America. I have been working for Microsoft for the past few years, but I've been in technology throughout my entire career. And one of the things that I love about GPE is that we get to do some incredible things for young women of color, and especially and just young women across the board, and making sure that we open up doors that you don't necessarily hear, especially when it comes to the environment and STEM as a whole. And so super excited to talk to you about it.
It's so great what you guys are doing. And Diamond, would you mind giving a little background as to why you started Girl Plus Environment?
Yes, absolutely. I actually really love talking about this. I've always been in the environmental sector. Like, I was one of those kids, love science, love like green environment, everything. So I knew I was going to study like environmental studies in undergrad. But what I noticed is like I would come home for the summer and like try to talk to all my friends and family about this is why you need to recycle, reduce, reuse, recycle, and all these other like, environmental things. And my family would look at me like, what are you talking about? Like, like, why do you care about this so much? We just want to pay our bills, essentially, which as a kid, I was so mad. I'm like, how dare you not care about the environment? But it wasn't that. It was just like, that wasn't something that was like normalized table conversation at the dinner table or anything. And then I'm like, okay, let me get to the root of the issue. It's not that we just don't care about environmental issues. It was that we didn't really recognize and understand how it impacted us, our everyday lives, like understanding like water, energy, those energy bills that we have to pay every single month. Like all of that is environmental justice. And so for me, I was like, okay, this doesn't sit well with me. I need to bring more people into the sector, especially Black and Brown women. Like for me, getting a degree in environmental policy, it wasn't enough for me to just know about it. I feel like I wanted to spread my awareness and my knowledge to people that were closest to me, but also to people who are disproportionately exposed to environmental issues. So that's essentially how Girl Plus Environment came about. But I also realized that I needed to kind of change the narrative of environmental issues and how we talk about it, because everyone doesn't want to hear like the world is ending or like hear about rocks and things like that all the time. So I'm like, how about those energy bills, for example, because everyone has to pay a utility bill. So that's something that's more so normalized. So yeah, that's basically how or why I started Girl Plus Environment in a nutshell.
That's fantastic. And, you started this small and you were also still working full time, but now you've quit your full-time job. You are 100% dedicated, which that's terrifying for most people. And you're just like, I'm going to do it. I'm all in. Yeah. And you pulled in Amanda and Kiana, and I jumped in because I love the environment, and same situation. I talk about it and people would be like, who cares? Like even in one of my most recent jobs, I was actually told by a boss that environment was going to go away and you won't have a position anymore.
Oh.
Like, what?
Oh no.
Oh, I know. So yeah, people are now catching up and understanding that this actually does matter. This is important. So you guys are growing. I mean, Diamond, you've done an amazing job of fundraising, but there's always more to be had. So why don't you talk about your fundraising goals and what you want to do with those funds?
Yeah, absolutely. So, as you said, we have grown tremendously in just such a short amount of time. I mean, we originally started in 2019, but in 2022, like things kind of shifted and we started to get a lot more attention, which is amazing. But what we've been trying to do is make sure that our capacity can meet with the demands and all the things that people are asking for support with. And so basically, we are fundraising through different events and just strategies so that we can make sure that we do have the capacity for one to do all of this amazing, meaningful work on a community level, but also on a national and international scale eventually as well. So we're based in Atlanta, but we're actually working with communities across the entire country to work to mobilize them and educate them on environmental justice and how they can actually take the information that they learn from Girl Plus Environment and apply it on a local scale in their own communities.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, that's kind of like the hub and spoke method right there is, you give someone the skills and they can take it and let that grow in their community. So now I'm going to pick on Miss Amanda. What would you like to see happen with Girl Plus Environment? What are you doing for them?
Wow.
Other than your brilliant self?
Oh, so one of the things that that I'm looking forward to continuing to promote with GPE is making sure that people understand connectedness. I think sometimes when we think about the environment or we think about it's just like different sectors of STEM, right? And so to Diamond's point, sometimes they hear you say, "Oh, it's about rocks," or "It's about just the tree, save the trees," or something in particular. But it's the spaces in which we live. It's impacting you on a day-to-day level. And so if I can bring in people in corporate America, young people, make sure that everybody recognizes that we have to be in this kind of fight together and just kind of building those bridges, I think that will be the most impactful. So to Diamond's point, we're starting off small, but because this impacts everybody, I want to see everybody get involved and understand it and know it for themselves because it's not taught everywhere. Sometimes you're so focused, especially in like more urban communities, you're so focused on, okay, I just got to get from A to B. I got to work this amount of money to this amount of time to make this amount of money to pay these bills. And that's all you have time to focus in on. But the outside world is still happening. So that connectedness, that information, that resources, and that's why Diamond as a leader has been so instrumental because she preaches that and she models that in such a beautiful way. So I'd follow her anywhere.
That's so said. And I mean, it is the embodiment of everything. I mean, it's not just one thing that we're dealing with. It's not only the physical climate change aspect, but it's also the human emotion, learning how to interact with other people. And, I talk quite a bit about racism and it's like, and sexism and LGBTQ. We got to stop categorizing people. I mean, we're all in the same place. We're all, the environment's changing. We need to address it. So Amanda, everything you said was so beautifully put. I just wanted to give you a little kudos for that. And now Miss Kiana.
Yeah, I think. Oh, go ahead.
I said your turn.
I think connectedness is a really great word because really what we're seeking here is justice. And environmental justice and social justice are so overlapped. And I see that a lot in my day job as an attorney at another nonprofit. And all of these issues are just so interconnected that it's important that people understand what they are facing. Because as Amanda mentioned, everyone has their own day-to-day problems, routine, things that they're going through. But in the background are all of these other social issues that are impacting that day-to-day routine, whether or not you know it. And it comes from the air that you breathe, the water that we use, climate change as a whole. So those extra hot days we're all feeling, to oversimplify it really.
But
and
that's
so
good though.
Everything is all connected, and it's important that people really come from people can really understand what's happening and what's going on, and that they feel empowered to do something about it, and that it's not something that's completely out of the locus of their control, and that a personal accountability really plays even more to pushing that corporate accountability and the larger systems that are impacting our day-to-day lives and our future to get to that point of ultimate justice.
I love the fact that one of the things that was, to overly simplify, one of the best quotes, and I believe it was Albert Einstein, said, if you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it. So the fact that you can explain it simply means you have a solid grasp on it. And, the legal brain helps. little bit. But I just wanted to tell everybody, this group is amazing. I mean, you all are under 30, correct? Yeah.
I'm closer to 30 than I am to 20, but we're gonna.
I'm pushing that 31 right now, but I'll take it.
That's fine. Yeah, and that's fine, because when I was your age, I was not nearly put together as you ladies are. You guys are so far ahead of the curve of entrepreneurship, business sense, professionalism. I think back to me in my 30s as I was pretty much an idiot. I will flat out say it. So I am.
Oh, Wendy, no, I can't even imagine.
Trust me. But I love what you guys are doing. So I just want to tell everybody out there watching, please donate to this group. They are in fundraising mode. You're going to see me posting a lot about these guys and having them back frequently. This is a great organization. This is helping everybody. This is social justice. This is environmental justice. And this is putting it front and center. It needs to be addressed. So on that, guys, I will thank all of you for joining. Thank you for your time today. And check out Girl Plus Environment. Check out Diamond. Check out Amanda. Check out Kiana. These are great ladies.
Follow us on Instagram.
Follow them on Instagram. They're on every platform you can imagine.
At Girl Plus Environment.
Okay, guys, take care.
Bye.
Thank you.